What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Noah Jones, and this is Today in Hip Hop. Welcome to another episode 3. This episode is sponsored by NoahJonesNews.com, home of the hottest rap artists you probably never heard, the artists with the dopest videos, the most consistent content, and the illest albums. Alright, let's see what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about the Freshman XXL 2019. Usually I don't even talk about this because, this was a special request by my boy Aaron. So I'll fill y'all in a few seconds about that. We also going to talk about your boy Vic Mensa. Vic Mensa's back in the news, ladies and gentlemen. He got a new video out. So we're going to touch on that. And finally, we're going to do an update on your boy ASAP Rocky, who's currently still locked up. There's been some new developments. Some new developments in the ASAP Rocky case. All right, so let's get to the XXL. First and foremost, for those of you that don't know, the XXL used to be a magazine a long time ago. There were 3 prominent magazines for hip hop. You had The Source, you had The Vibe magazine, and you had XXL magazine. Now, if you were an artist, like an up-and-coming artist, and you were able to make it to any of these 3 magazines, if you got to make it inside, like if they did a feature on you, back in the day, you was on. They consider you winning, like, yo, this dude is in the XXL. This dude is in The Source. So what happened was, as time went on, magazines got phased out for online content. So they created the websites and the blogs, and then you had, blog sites like allhiphop.com and things like that came and just took over. People started going there every day for the news and the source of the content because it was quicker. You had instant access to the information, plus you didn't have to pay for it. So what happened was the magazines got phased out. So what did XXL do? They decided to come up with their little freshman list, which they used to do every year in the magazine. And what they did was, now all they pretty much do is, to my knowledge anyway, is the XXL freshman every year, where they do like the ciphers and all that other stuff. So that's how it transitioned from the magazine to the ciphers to what we see now. Me personally, I haven't been checking for a cipher in years because they have a history of having whack-ass artists in these ciphers. So when you have 5, 6, 7 years in a row, or at least 6 years or something crazy, or 5 or however many it's been, of just whack artists, maybe 1 or 2 artists that are good, people stop checking for it. So what happens is, I feel, in my opinion, they pick whoever they want. Like, this is they get one shot to shine every year, the XXL. So they don't mind putting somebody on there that's whack, because what's going to happen is it's going to make people talk about XXL. It's going to keep XXL in the news for a while. You know what I mean? People are going to be talking about the freestyles. They're going to be talking about the ciphers. They're going to be talking about the artists. They're going to be talking about who didn't make the list. Me personally, a lot of it's trash. But we're going to talk about them. And let's see what we got here. The first, we're going to talk about Roddy Ricch, Comethazine, and Tierra Wax 2019 freshman cypher. I checked theirs out, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I was amazed. I was fucking amazed. Now you may be asking, Noah Jones, what the fuck were you amazed about? I was amazed that with all that high production value and the flashing lights, that this shit was still trash. None of this shit could save these fucking artists. First and foremost, Tierra Whack, she looked like Kim Wayans from the Wayans brothers when she first came on. I was just like, yo, I couldn't take her seriously. She looked crazy. She looked insane. You know what I mean? So I barely could even get into what she was rapping about. It was high pitched. It seemed like she was real angry. Like a woman that's just mad at her baby daddy for no reason. She's just screaming on a nigga on the microphone. Also, the XXL staff, man, look, y'all beats is hot. Y'all video production is hot, but you always give these artists whack-ass microphones. Give these niggas some expensive microphones so even the whack artists sound good. If your microphones sound amazing, a lot of times, it's going to translate to sounding great. And show these artists how to rap on them instead of covering the whole damn microphone with their hands and shit like that shit. So, it's a lot of things that need to be changed. Anyway, Roddy Ricch. Roddy Ricch is the nigga, he's dope. But without auto-tune, my man, I'm sorry, I just wasn't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? You sound completely different on your records than you do without all the special effects on your shit. You know what I mean? Now, you do make great content. I like your features. I like your records. Especially the stuff you did with Nip was crazy. But without that auto-tune, brother, you know, it's just completely different, my man. I just can't get into it. Comethazine, trash. Tearawak, I wasn't feeling that shit. I thought that shit was trash. Okay, let's move on. We're gonna move on to the Baby, Meg Thee Stallion, YK Osiris, and Lil Mosey. Lil Mosey, trash. A lot of these artists sound exactly the same. They got the same flow, the same patterns, the same vibe, the same bounce. Lil Mosey shit was trash. YK Osiris, wasn't feeling his shit whatsoever. Meg Thee Stallion, she actually snapped. She spazzed on the record. The only negative thing I have to say about her, you know, is I'm just not really feeling the content. I'm not feeling the whole, you know, I took your man to the bank to make deposits. It's like, for some reason, you know, the whole money play and the whole money game is what all these artists is talking about. Everything is all money, 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 money. There's no other content. Nobody else is actually saying anything. You know what I mean? There's no real content. There's nothing that really touches your soul. There's nothing that really says, yo, I used to go through stuff like that. Like, a lot of people don't resonate with this stuff. What they do is they follow it because it's popular. It's not really resonating. It's just they don't want to be left out and be the only person not supporting some of these artists. But Meg Thee Stallion's flow was crazy. I like the flow. She stood out because of her flow. The Baby. Everybody's saying that the Baby shit was fire. They also saying that he re-spit the same verse on something else. Personally, I come from an age where niggas was doing that shit all the time. You had your one favorite verse, even when you was young and you was in a cypher. You had your one favorite verse that everybody liked, and everywhere you went, you spit that same verse because everybody was feeling it. So I'm not gonna knock him for that. I like the Baby shit, but I think some people are overhyping it. Now, if you take the Baby's verse and put that with some of these other people, like the Joe Budden the Joe Budden cypher, and some of these other cyphers, you know what I'm saying? The Redman cipher, that one was crazy. It was I think it was the Def Squad cipher. That was crazy. You know what I'm saying? So you take the Baby's verse and put it up against that, it'll kind of make his shit seem regular. So I think people are overhyping it because in this cipher, he was surrounded by so many trash artists that it made his shit sound superb. Now, was it whack? No, the shit wasn't whack, so don't get it twisted. I'm not trying to say his shit was whack. But I didn't hear anything where I was just like blown away, where I was like, yo, that shit is super hot, or that shit is dope. I was just like, yo, compared to all these other niggas, yeah, his shit is hot, because these other niggas is so subpar that the shit was garbage. So I liked his shit, but like I said, comparing it to what everybody else is, you can tell that, you know, he actually prepared and he was a step above. Him and Meg Thee Stallion were a step above everybody else. Now, we're gonna move on to Blueface. Blueface, YBN Cordae, and Rico Nasty. Well, maybe let me turn the volume down on this. Maybe I might have said the wrong shit. Maybe Rico. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy. I get some of these niggas confused because I don't even know. I just can't tell these niggas apart. Actually, that's who it was. I'm sorry. Rico Nasty was the person that looked like Kim Wayans. See, that's how you know. See, that's how unimportant this shit is to me. To where I'm even mixing these people up because none of these niggas is really standing out. That's fucking crazy. Now, Blueface, we know, he started out off beat. You know what I'm saying? As usual, that's his trademark. He can't rap on beat that well. I wasn't really feeling his shit that much. He seemed like he just didn't have any energy, like he wasn't really into it. It's just typical Blueface. Rico Nasty, like I said, she sound like Kim Wayans. I mean, she looked like Kim Wayans. So I, you know, with the little face paint on and all that weird shit, like I just couldn't get into that. And YBN Cordae, to be honest, he had the dopest shit. I thought YBN Cordae slammed. I thought his shit was the hottest. I thought he really represented what the cypher's supposed to be about. He had bars, he had cadence, he had some hot punchlines. To me, YBN Cordae saved the whole shit. So if nobody's giving YBN Cordae his credit, I'm giving him his credit as a lyricist. I thought he spazzed on the shit. I thought he snapped. I think he is quite a few levels above this generation of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not the one that cares about, oh, you got 1 million views. I don't care about the views. I care about the skill. YBN Cordae is nice. That nigga's nice. I like his shit. So he saved the cypher. I thought his shit was the best. Okay, so that's my take on the Double XL Freshman 2019. I don't fuck with it. You know what I mean? It has its moments. I think nowadays people are just looking to see who they can talk shit about as far as it, because like I said, a lot of that shit, the production value look great, the beats is great, but the artist is not good. They need to change it if they really want to be successful. So, shout out to YBN Corday. Shout out to everybody that at least had the opportunity to be featured. You know, I'm not saying that none of these niggas deserve to be here. You know what I mean? I'm just saying that their performance when the lights was shining on them was lackluster. You know, minus YBN Corday, minus Meg Thee Stallion, minus the baby. I think they all did their thing. Okay, now, we're gonna move on to your boy Vic Mensa. He's from Chicago. Chicago rapper Vic Mensa grabbed attention with his latest video, 3 Years Sober, which features him wearing drag, complete with a Confederate flag dress. The politically charged video shows Mensa fighting with an actor dressed as Vice President Mike Pence. Mensa, who co-directed the video, which means a lot. That means a lot of it was his idea. Co-directed the video with Fran Fernandez, addressed the imagery in the video in a statement. Mensa told viewers the 3 Years Sober video is a statement about identity. I put on a Confederate flag dress to be able to laugh at the symbol of hate and played tug-of-war with Mike Pence over birth control. I had my face written on it to get ahead of everything I knew people would say about me, and I had a dinner full of barbecue Beckys call the police on me for using the woman's bathroom. I know some in hip-hop culture will see this and say Vic's gay, which I'm not. Whereas, if I was white, they'd just say he's a rock star. It's about being yourself, fuck what people think. First and foremost, check this out. Niggas wouldn't say he's a rock star. You know, they'd say you a weirdo. You know what I mean? And that's exactly like I've never listened to Vic Mensa's music because when I first was introduced to Vic Mensa, he had on mascara. That's weirdo shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't get into that shit. That shit was weirdo shit. And then when he went on Everyday Struggle and he tried to bully DJ Academics, which we all know DJ Academics is not a street dude. He's not somebody who's gonna jump up and fight somebody. You know what I'm saying? He's different. You know what I'm saying? So he tried to make himself look bigger by bullying that dude. Look, dude, the nigga's whack. The nigga's whack as far as like just this whole idea. If you gotta come up with ideas like this and put on a dress and, you know, put on a Confederate flag and a wig and a dress and makeup and all that just for people to pay attention to you, my nigga, then you whack. You know what I mean? If your music isn't doing it and you got to come up with all these different kinds of publicity stunts just to get people talking about you and your music isn't doing it and you're a musician, then you whack, bro. You know, it's nothing personal. Now, you might make good music, but your shit is just not resonating. People not tapping into it. I don't know what the reason is because I don't follow your movement. I don't listen to your shit. But I'd rather hear about an artist because they got a hot-ass song rather than reading about a nigga because he got a dress on. You know what I'm saying? And makeup and all that. Like, it takes a certain kind of guy to be comfortable in a dress and makeup and things like that. You know, I'm the type of guy where I remember years ago for photo shoots, you know, they would like put like powder on your face to stop your face from shining and sweating, and I really wasn't into that. I was like, yo, I'm not trying to do that shit. So I was against even that. You know what I mean? So it takes a special kind of guy to put on a dress, a Confederate flag dress, make a video, and then say it was his idea to do the shit. So I just think dude is weird. I ain't even click on the video. I'm not trying to watch that shit. I'm not trying to support it. He's not getting my click. I'm not cool with that shit. So, like I said, make hotter music and less publicity stunts. You know what I mean? Stand out for your talent, not for your weirdo-ness. Not for the weirdo-ness. Now, finally, we're gonna do an update on your boy A$AP Rocky. As you know, he's locked up in Sweden, and there have been some developments, ladies and gentlemen. Apparently, there's been some more video footage that surfaced to where there was a bottle that was used in the incident. Also, this may be a case of, you know, A$AP Rocky starting some shit and then trying to play the victim at the end. You know what I mean? So who knows? This is breaking news. This is a development that's going on. There's a lot of things happening in this particular case, and they're saying that he may end up getting charged and doing 2 years. So, you know, everybody, the eyes is all on him right now. But I remember when we had the situation in Ferguson, you know, your boy A$AP Rocky said, I don't want to talk about no fucking Ferguson and shit because I don't live over there. I live in fucking Soho and Beverly Hills. I can't relate. So you mean to tell me as dark as you is, my nigga, you can't relate to racism? You can't relate to stereotyping? You ain't never walked into a store and somebody racially profiled you as dark as you are with braids and dreads and all that other shit? Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. We all know better than that shit. We'd be a fool to think about that. But I'm gonna tell you what everybody's thinking. They're thinking, okay, you know, you don't live over there. You don't live in Ferguson. You can't relate. So we can't relate to your ass being locked up in Sweden for some bullshit. We don't live in Sweden. We can't relate. So that's the mass consensus of what a lot of people are saying. They're saying that, look, nigga, you're getting what you deserve for your comments and for the shit that you put out there. Remember, I tell you, play a stupid game, win a stupid prize. Say it with your boy. Play a stupid game, win a stupid prize. You know what I mean? So it's that karma. The stuff you put out into the world and into the universe, it comes back to you. So that being said, you know, there's a lot of people out there right now that don't feel bad for this guy. It's like, you know, you make these kind of comments about your own people, and your own people turn you back on it. Look, people don't understand. Black people, I'm black, so I can say it. We some real fickle people sometimes. You know, we be your best friend today and tomorrow be your nemesis, your number one enemy. So you really got to be careful what you say. You know what I mean? Because you say the wrong thing and the people that you thought was supporting you, all of a sudden they can't mess with you. You know what I mean? So, he said it himself. He don't want to talk about Ferguson. He don't want to talk about the injustice or any of the stuff for the Black Lives Matter movement. Just to say because he don't live there, he can't relate. Like his parents never had to go through that and he never heard of the struggles or anything else. So, as a result, you know, a lot of other people, they can't relate to your ass being locked up overseas. You know what I mean? They can't relate. I ain't never did no stupid shit to get locked up, so I can't relate to you, my man. So anyway, that's Today in Hip Hop. I'm your host, Noah Jones. Like I said, these are my personal views. They don't reflect the views of anybody else. You know, I just feel like saying the things that other people are thinking that just don't want to say. You know what I mean? And I don't want anybody to take it personal. It's just my opinion. Doesn't mean that you're not getting money. Doesn't mean that you're not popular. Doesn't mean that you're not famous. Doesn't mean that you're not doing your thing. This is just my personal opinion. I'm only one person and you can't please everyone. So don't worry about it. It's your boy Noah Jones. And don't forget, if you're watching this on YouTube, click like and subscribe. And I appreciate all my podcaster folks out there that's checking on the show. I love y'all. Stay tuned for episode 4. Peace.